Now, our top story this morning, at the stroke of midnight, the Greater Seoul area raised its COVID-19 prevention measures to the third highest level on its five-tier scheme, level 2. The aim is to limit the time people spend in crowded public places and to prevent large gatherings, which have been a major source of infections. Bars and clubs have to close, and there are restrictions on cafes and restaurants. Our Do-yeon starts us off.
Level 2 social distancing, the third highest in South Korea's five-tier scheme. 5 types of nightlife venues will be subject to bans on gatherings. Singing rooms must be closed after 9 p.m. Restaurants can invite customers to sit in until 9 p.m. but can only provide takeout and delivery afterwards. Wedding and funeral venues will not be able to have 100 people or more in at the same time. Religious activities, less than 20% of capacity allowed. Theaters and concert halls are required to sit audience members apart from one another, with food consumption strictly prohibited. Indoor sports facilities are required to halt operations after 9 p.m. One major change from the second wave in August in the capital area is the cafes.
Once the level 2 distancing measures start, cafes will only be able to provide takeout services. And this time, local non-franchise cafes are not exempt from the measures.
For independent cafe operators, the next 2 weeks could be especially tough.
For independent cafes like us that are not focused on takeout, customers like to sit in and enjoy their coffee while talking, so the impact will be huge.
Meanwhile, PC rooms with partitions will not be required to sit their customers apart and will also be able to serve food.
Previously, for the couple seats, we didn't have partitions and only had short glass screens. But with COVID-19 and the social distancing situation, we installed partitions at all seats.
A one-strike rule could halt business operations for just one violation, with a fine of up to around 3 million Korean won or around $2,700 US. Kindergartens, primary schools, and middle schools will have to keep their attendance cap at 1/3, while high schools will be limited to 2/3. Do-yeon, Arirang News.